morning, you guys. Today's Saturday. Welcome back to the vlog. I am just heading over to my friend's house so that we can meet up to go on our run. We always run in like different locations, and today we're running in Santa Monica. Whenever we come running here, we always meet at her house. It's so weird coming in this area though, because the fires just so heavily affected the Palisades, especially like the Altadena area too, which is where I'm closer to. But this area, like the second half of the freeway is just not accessible unless you're a resident, and like you cannot go beyond a certain point of the freeway, which is crazy. Like her exit is one of the last exits. It's weird to see it's April and for this to be 4 months into the fires and this heavily affected is so sad sometimes. And like sometimes I'm like, oh, I would love to go to Malibu, and then I'm like, that's literally not an option. Anyway, just grateful that everyone is okay, obviously. But I'm heading over. I should be there in like a couple minutes and we will run. I'm supposed to do 5 miles today, and then we're gonna head off for some coffee, and we're also gonna make a stop to Roadrunner, which is like a running store. We'll probably just hang out for a good chunk of today. I want to finish my book that I've been reading, Beautiful Ugly, and then when I'm done with that, we have a friend's birthday party to go to tonight as well. So we have quite a few things that we're gonna do this weekend. I'm very excited, so let's get started with the vlog. Hi guys, it is so much later now. It's about 2:30 p.m. and the traffic took so long to get back home. It literally took me an hour to get home. So when I saw that, I immediately went to the Libby app and just went through audiobooks that were available immediately. And I ended up starting Yellowface by R.F. Kuang, which I have not yet read, but it's been on my want to read list for a while. Partially chose it because it seemed like it had the fewest amount of hours in comparison to a lot of the other books that I was interested in. Some had fewer hours, but I wasn't as interested in those books. And I got through, I don't know how far I am into it. It's interesting so far. If you guys don't already know the premise, I'm 20% of the way through. I'm on chapter 5, but basically it's about these two women who are both authors and they're friends, but one of them is like more jealous of her friend because she's like exponentially more successful, and they're celebrating one night another success of her friends, and they're making pancakes and the friend chokes on a pancake, and what ends up happening is the other friend finds her manuscript for an upcoming book that she thinks is really good, and so she takes it and claims it to be her own. She edits it and all that kind of stuff, but yeah, claims it to be her own, and that's kind of where I'm at. I know that that's like basically all of the info on the blurb as well from what I understand. So very interesting, and it's kind of funny because it resembles Beautiful Ugly a lot, except I don't know what genre this one is, but this one's a thriller. So it's same idea, but different takes on the idea, which is intriguing. I only got through 20%, so I'm gonna try to read more of that or like listen to more of that over the course of this weekend, but it is a skip the line copy, which means I only get 7 days for it. So I don't have a ton of time to listen to it, but that's okay. I'm like currently reading 4 different books, which I don't know why I always do this to myself. Like I end up flip-flopping between different books, but I did want to finish Beautiful Ugly yesterday, and I just ended up spending time with Ryan's family, and then also we came home and played some video games, and so I just didn't end up reading as much as I thought I was going to. So I think I'm gonna read a little bit right now. We have a friend's birthday party at 7, so I'll probably have to like get ready around like 5:30 or 6ish, and then we'll head over. If you guys watched the last vlog, he ended up having another case of his IVDD, which is basically a spinal disease, spinal disease, whatever. It's a disease in his spine. Effectively, the discs will herniate or swell or whatever, and at times he will just lose the ability to walk, which is really traumatizing to see, I'm not gonna lie. The first time that this ever happened, I was not physically there, like seeing it happen. He was outside and both Ryan and I were inside of the house because we usually just leave the door open for him so he can go in the backyard if he wants to. But this time when it happened on Friday morning, I was watching him and he just collapsed, and it was scary. But this time around, it's not nearly as bad as the first time. So we're basically just letting him rest, doing some crating and that kind of thing. Eventually, if the vets feel like it's necessary, we may consider surgery, but for now he seems to be totally fine. And again, this case is a lot faster of a recovery. The first time it took about a month and a half for him to recover, almost 2 months, and this time he was pretty much recovered within the 1 day. So happy for all of that. He is falling asleep though. He's literally sitting here. I wish you guys could see him a little bit better, but he's literally sitting here like this, and he is just like Anyway, so yeah, that's sort of the update. Tomorrow I have 0 plans, so I'm actually kind of glad that we did our running on Saturday because it's really nice to not have any plans on Sunday. And I like running on Sundays because I usually have close to no plans except for that, but it's really nice to just like wake up, get to like sleep in a little bit, get to read in bed, and you know, like just kind of hang out in the morning. So I'm grateful that it's already done. I'm just gonna sit here and hang out with Ryan for a little bit. Oh, I think Ryan just got home. He's like kind of doing his little arf noises. So I'm gonna say hi to Ryan and then we'll get to some reading. I failed to check in with you guys earlier today, but I'm back. This is the shirt that I wore. I actually just got this recently and I thought it was pretty cute, and then I just wore, I don't think you guys can really see. Here we go, standing on something. I wore black jeans and then just like my sambas. I'm holding P's leash because he's here with me. I just need to get ready for bed really fast. We went to the Arts District in LA for our dinner. We went to this place called Della Nonna, and I guess one of our friends really wanted to go because it was her birthday and she hadn't been before. I think it was pretty good. Like, I think I lucked out with what I personally got, but I feel like a lot of other people didn't really love the things that they got, which was interesting. Like, someone was saying that the pepperoni pizza was one of the best things on the menu, which, like, to be fair, I would hope that it's a good thing on the menu, but when you have so many other pizza options, you would hope that more than just pepperoni pizza is good. But I got this like asparagus green sauce pizza. I don't even know what you would even call it, but it was delicious. And it had like this like lemon sauce on it. It was great. And then we went to a bar afterward, but the bar was just so loud. I don't know if I'm just getting older or what it is, but we literally couldn't even talk to each other in it. And we were sitting next to each other. Like, I had someone in my ear and I could not hear them. So anyway, our other friends stayed late because they party way more than we do, and a couple of us decided to go back home. So we drove our friends home and now we're back, but it's already past 11. I feel like I don't usually stay out this late, so I'm just gonna get ready for bed and start to head off. I have like mascara under my eyes. I look like a raccoon. I'm gonna go wash that off and I will probably just see you guys in the morning. Good morning, guys. I'm just waking up. It is Sunday and it is 7:45 a.m. I actually woke up like an hour ago, but I'm so exhausted because I didn't get that much sleep. But what can you do? I'm just making myself some coffee right now. Ryan is walking P for me because usually he walks him on the weekends and I do weekdays. So far his back has been so much better, which we're so grateful for. We're still gonna just sort of like manage it for today and, you know, see how it goes. But I think overall we're looking at a really good recovery, which is amazing. Like, that's all I can really ask for. I have no plans today, which I'm thrilled about. So I think I'm just gonna do a whole lot of reading today. I am finishing Beautiful Ugly right now. I read a little bit last night when we got home for the birthday party, but obviously I didn't read much because I ended up just falling asleep. So I'm going to plop here on the couch and I'm gonna finish the book really fast, and then I will let you guys know what I end up rating it and like all of my thoughts about the book when I'm done. After that, I think I'm gonna just read my other book. Like, I have like 4 different books that I'm currently reading, so we'll kind of like flip-flop between all of them and do that. I'm actually so sad. I recently bought a dress. I don't think I ever showed it to you guys. I said I was going to, but it was in the laundry last vlog. But I think it shrunk a little bit, so it's like a little shorter than I really wanted it to be. I'm trying to decide if I still like it, but I don't think I can return it anyway because I already washed it. I'm so sad. I didn't even dry it with any heat and somehow it still shrunk a bit. But like, worst case scenario, I'll still wear it. It just is a bummer when stuff like that happens because it's like, how are you supposed to wash it then? Anyway, I'm gonna get back into my book. It's picking up insanely fast. I'm at like the 80% mark, so I don't have many pages left to read. This book is only 300 pages, which is kind of a nice, fast-paced book. You have to be a bit more succinct, and I kind of like it because I feel like lately I've been reading books that are like 450, 500, and that used to be a longer book for me, and now that's like the standard. And a 300-page book is like, I get enough detail, but it has to be fast-paced enough to move the plot along. So I am enjoying it a lot. So I'm gonna continue reading and just enjoy my coffee. Maybe we'll take a nap later, and that's kind of it. Ryan's gonna be heading off to go skate soon, so I'll just be here with P. Okay, just a quick update. I am almost 90% of the way through the book now. It's very interesting because basically, I don't remember if I mentioned to you guys in this vlog what this book is about, but it's basically about this man, he's an author, and his wife disappears and he has no idea what's going on. So then a year later, he still like can't focus on work, can't write a new book, like the whole thing. And so he is told to go off to this remote island and just like work there because there's a cabin there for him that he can work at that someone else used to work at and like has since passed. And he goes there to work, but like weird things start happening. And he also still has no idea where his wife is, obviously. She's not dead or anything, like, or they don't know if she's dead, I guess, but he just has no idea what happened to her. So he's trying to write and just, again, weird things are happening. All of the like people on the island are a little weird. It's a very small island, so it's like, I think 25 people, and just everything is a little odd. And so many different times he thinks he sees his wife. And so I think I'm on like time number 4 where he thinks he sees his wife. It's hard to know whether or not it's actually true this time, if that makes sense, or if like our main character is unreliable, or if they're making him go crazy and like they're kind of like the weird ones. Like, you just kind of don't know. At first I thought that this book was gonna go like Gone Girl style, but it did not, which I'm grateful for because it's been done. It was done really well by Gone Girl, and I feel like it's really hard to copy something like that. So anyway, that's where we're at in the book. It is picking up so fast. I like just want to keep reading and just I want to know, like, I feel like my eyes can't move fast enough on the page, if that makes sense, because I just like really need to know what's happening. So that's what we're doing this morning. P is back with me now, resting here on the couch. I've been kind of like rubbing his back and like just testing it and like putting a little bit of pressure, and he's not reacting at all to that, which is such good news. I'm so grateful. So just a little bit more rest today, and I think he should be okay by tomorrow. I finished Beautiful Ugly and I have thoughts. First of all, I'm just gonna say, I think I'm gonna give it 3 stars. I feel like it was really good until the ending, and the ending kind of disappointed me a little bit, I'm not gonna lie, which sucks because I thought that this book was gonna go in a much different direction. I don't know what I thought was gonna happen, but like, I didn't love the direction that they chose. I do think that some people will really love this book, and I think that it was enough of like a weird, unique type of book that I like that they went in that direction, in the sense that like it felt mildly predictable but not super predictable, and I feel like they tried something new, if that makes any sense. So I liked that. I want to talk a little bit more about it, but I don't want to give any spoilers to people who want to read it. So if you do plan on reading it, then skip to this time. If you don't, then just a heads up that the next little bit will be spoilers. I feel like the way that things happened were like, they didn't make sense. They didn't add up. Like, for example, there was this revelation that our main character Grady is the one who basically he like tricked his wife into thinking that there was a woman laying down on the ground, and so she got out of her car when she disappeared to go like see what was happening, and then he had never heard of her heard from her since. And actually what happened was he was the one laying down on the ground and then tried to like kill her, like attacked her and pushed her off of a cliff. And what I don't like, this is just one example of something that like doesn't make sense to me, because he was on the phone with her when she saw the person lying on the ground. So then I'm like, how was he on the phone but also lying still on the ground? Because she thought that this person was dead. There's no way that that's possible, like unless she just, I don't know, like I don't really know how you would not notice that somebody is on the phone. Do you know what I mean? It's just kind of weird. Or like hear them talking because she got out of her car to like go look at this person. So it's just like little things like that. I didn't like that it was basically like this story about how all these women just didn't like men, and so they went off to this island by themselves and like slowly were getting rid of men. And then just like really small things, like they forced him to stay on the island even though they don't want men on the island, because if he sells books, then all of his money will go toward the islanders, but also he still has to pay for everything, like his groceries and like anything that he buys from the store, but he doesn't make any of the income from his books. So how is he getting money? Like it doesn't, there's just so many small things like that, that like the ending was super fast paced, which is good, but it felt rushed and it felt like it wasn't fully thought through. They left a manuscript of the previous author who used to live in this house underneath the floorboards. floorboards. They were like, we left the manuscript under the floorboard so you would find it. Why not just like leave it in a drawer somewhere? Because like how a normal person does not go looking underneath the floorboards. The only reason he found it was because his dog was sniffing. Too many things didn't make sense. They didn't add up. They felt rushed. It felt like a lot of things were convenient, which sucks. But I do feel like someone is going to absolutely love this book and devour it. So I don't like, I think that it's still something that I would recommend, but I don't think it's my favorite Alice Feeney. So I'm gonna give it 3 stars. Whereas if I'm not gonna recommend something, I'll give it 2 stars. Anyway, those are my thoughts. I am going to, I think, pick up either A Court of Silver Flames or The Let Them Theory and just kind of like read those 2 books now. I wanted to finish this one on Friday, but obviously things just like, I had other activities and like whatever that I was doing, like different dinners and stuff. So I wasn't really home to finish it, but I am glad that I finished it now. And I also want to start my book club book soon. So basically today is just going to be a really big reading day. Actually, I kind of want some breakfast. What time is it? Ooh, it's only 9:45. McDonald's is still serving breakfast. That's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna go grab a breakfast, like some breakfast sandwich from McDonald's, and then I will come back and read. Ryan is about to head out to go skate, so maybe he can just watch P while I grab breakfast, and then we can flip-flop. Anyway, okay, let's go get breakfast, and then we'll come back, read some more, and just hang out around the house. I changed into some comfier clothes because it's actually kind of cold today, but it's supposed to get to 75 degrees. So at some point, we'll probably go sit outside as well and just like enjoy some nice sunny weather. I'm back home. I've been sitting here reading for a bit. I don't know why I'm sitting on the floor instead of on the couch, but here we are. P's sitting on this couch, which is like his little throne. He loves sitting on that couch, but for a hot second he was sitting in his crate by himself. Like he totally just chose to go there on his own. Yeah, it was super cute. He just like was sniffing around the crate because he doesn't love it, but then he could tell that I wasn't gonna like lock him in there or anything, and so then he just kind of like sniffed around and then eventually got in there, and it was so cute. And anyway, I read a little bit of Let Them Theory. I think I like it so far. I think I was explaining to you guys in a previous vlog that like some of it feels a little bit cheesy. Like there's videos there's pages filled with like pictures of tattoos and things, which like I don't know, that just doesn't inspire me. But I do think that there's like enough in here that I feel like I resonate with, I guess. Just like understanding that I am stressing out by trying to control so many things around me, and I think that this book couldn't help with just like remembering, like these are all things that I feel like I already know, but this is just more like knowing that I'm not alone and feeling a lot of this stuff, and then also that like how other people have tried to control it so then like I can control me wanting to be in control. Does that make sense? So that's that. And then I want to switch over to A Court of Silver Flames now that I finished my other book, Beautiful Ugly. I do have my book club book here. This is Unwanted by Mia Sheridan. She's the one who read, why can't I speak today? She's the one who wrote Archer's Voice, which I have not yet read. One of my friends wants me to read it really badly, but I'm first going to start with Unwanted because this is the book club book. One day I'll get to Archer's Voice. And I was also obviously listening to Yellowface by R.F. Kuang while I was playing a video game on my iPad. So kind of just flip-flopping between books. I feel like it's just a really casual day. It is 11:22 p.m. So it's, what? It's not 11:22 p.m. 11:22 a.m. So it's still pretty early, and I've just been sitting here chilling. I'm gonna try to read a little bit more. Honestly, these are the only plans that I have for the day, so I'm gonna just, actually I was gonna read some of A Court of Silver Flames, but I think instead I'm going to listen to more of my audiobook and maybe play some more of my game or like do something along those lines. So far I'm really liking Yellowface. I think I'm 30% of the way through, and I didn't really know what it was about besides just basically an author stealing a book from her late friend, but it's pretty good. I'm really enjoying it, and I don't know like where it's gonna go or like what direction we're going in or anything like that, but it's intriguing and I'm enjoying it, so that's all that really matters, I guess. Hello you guys. It's been a second. I was listening to my audiobook and playing some video games and I ended up finishing the audiobook. So I ended up giving Yellowface 4 stars. It was really good. I actually really enjoyed it. It was very interesting. It's basically about this author who stole her friend's manuscript when her friend died by choking on a pancake, which is just so out there. Basically just like called into question a lot of these like just everything that this character did. Like the whole time you kind of don't love the character, but you understand what she's going through. But also like there's just so many like dynamics in the book. It's very interesting, but it's just purely fiction. Like it's not a thriller, it's not a romance, it's not anything else. It's just purely a fiction novel and it was intriguing. I think that I really liked listening to it as an audiobook. I don't know how fast paced I think it would have felt if I would have actually physically read it, but it was pretty short. It was like an 8-hour audiobook and I listened on 2 times speed, so it was 4 hours. But then I kind of was just not wanting to read right away and Ryan had sufficiently rested. So we went over to the mall really fast because I needed to make a return. I actually returned one of the dresses that I had bought. I don't think I ever showed it to you guys. I meant to, but I just never got a chance to. And I decided to return it. So I did that really fast and I failed to vlog it because it was just kind of in and out really fast to the store. Now I'm here and I'm kind of trying to decide what to do next. It's 4 p.m. now and I'm kind of just at home. Like I kind of want to go do something. I don't know what I want to do yet, but I kind of want to go somewhere or do something or go look at something. I don't really want to go to the mall. Well, first of all, we were just there, but it's just so busy. But I kind of want to go like to a different kind of store. So I'm going to kind of think about where I want to go. Maybe we'll head off someplace. And then tonight, The Last of Us season 2 comes back. So we'll definitely watch that too. My camera died. But I was just gonna say right now I'm having a snack and then I'm gonna like look at the map, see what I want to do, and we'll go from there. And then tonight we will watch The Last of Us, which I'm very excited for because I love that show. So that's the plan. We'll figure out what we do next. I've decided that I'm gonna go over to the Burbank area. There's like 2 different areas in like the Burbank area. There's like a little mall that has a H&M and a couple of other stores, like I think like a Forever 21, although I think that's closing, so I don't know what's there anymore. There's a separate section over in the Burbank area that also has like a Target and stuff, which Ryan and I did just go to a Target because they have one in the mall near me. But I want to go over maybe to like the Barnes & Noble and the H&M, just kind of walk around. It's a much smaller mall. Like there's only a few stores, so I don't think it'll be as busy or as just like chaotic. That's what we're gonna do. I never read any of A Court of Silver Flames, but we'll get to that another day. I just don't feel like doing that right this second. Also, since I returned the dress that I bought, I think I want to go find one more dress. I've been kind of trying to stock up on some dresses because I have my friend's wedding to go to and then also her bachelorette. So I kind of just want to have a few options for all of the different events between bachelorette, bridal parties, wedding, and then also just travel when I'm going to Europe. I figure it will be nice to bring a few dresses that I can just casually wear, which will be a lot easier to pack too, because it's like basically a full outfit in one instead of bringing a top and pants. I was really bummed that I had to return that dress, but basically what happened was I washed it, and when I washed it, it shrunk like 5 inches. Like everything else fit fine, but it was just shorter. And so when I went, I told them like I washed it, but it shrunk, and they were like, it's totally fine. So they returned it, which was very nice because I thought they wouldn't do that, but I got lucky. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't want to babble too much. I just feel like I haven't really gotten out of the house and I didn't do anything but read today. I felt very tired all day, but then I feel like at first it felt like it was so early and then the day just flew by and just totally passed me by. So let's get out of the house and let's go do something different. Actually, let me go get my sunglasses. Where are they? Let me go find my sunglasses and then we'll head off to Burbank. It is so weird being in Burbank. So when I lived in Orange County like years ago at this point, probably like 6 years ago, I actually worked out of an office in Burbank. So once a month or once every other week or something along those lines, I would have to come to Burbank and do like an open house in the area. And I remember always being a little bit like, I don't want to call it starstruck, but kind of starstruck because like Nickelodeon is over here. Like I worked on the same block as some of the like big studio places, and not like the production studios, but like the animation studios. And I always thought it was so cool. If you guys don't already know, Hollywood is not actually in Hollywood, it's in Burbank for the most part, which is kind of funny because nobody talks about Burbank or like Encino or anything like that. They talk about Hollywood, but Hollywood is just where like the Walk of Fame is and like where the Chinese theater is, but it's not where like any of the production studios are. Those are all in Burbank. I just remember being so hyped up about it, and now being here, it's so funny to like drive around and still see it, but just like this is where I live now, and this is not like as I don't know, like it's still fun to be here and I like it, but it's not as like crazy to be like, oh my god, I just passed Nickelodeon. Like that's just an average day in my life, which is so odd. Like it hits me sometimes that I'm in a city like this. Anyway, I am going to find parking. I realize there's also like an Old Navy and a Urban Outfitters over here. So I don't know, like maybe we'll just kind of walk around and see what we see and shop around a little bit. Again, I'm not really like looking for anything, nor do I like really want to spend any more money, especially after I just made a return. But if I find a dress, then amazing. And if not, then I'm really just here to get out of the house a little bit because I feel like I've just kind of been inside a lot. So, oh my gosh, I forgot there's a World Market here too. Oh my god, there's so many things. Okay, I'm gonna have a great time. I'm gonna go walk around and find some parking first. Walk around and, oh, you guys can't see me. There we go. I'll keep you guys posted on what I end up seeing and doing. Okay, that was actually very successful. Well, mostly successful. I'm actually surprised I had most success in Old Navy of all places. There were so many cute dresses, and then on top of it, they were all 50% off. But most of them, they didn't have in my size, even online, which sucks because so many of them I wanted. I did have one that was in my size, so I was able to try like variations of the different dresses, but then the colors that I wanted were not in my sizes, if that makes sense. But I found this one dress. Let me see if I can find it online. Okay, here's the dress. I think I showed this to you guys on video, like when I was trying it on, but it's this really cute, like white and blue striped dress, if you know what I mean. I had to do pickup though because they had one extra small left and it had like something right here. It was like stitching that was weird. That was like not any of the other dresses, and I just didn't feel like it was worth, like I could just wait and get it shipped to me. So I did pick up, so it's gonna be at a different store and I'll just pick it up later this week probably. The store that I chose is actually by a friend's house, so I might go and visit her. And then I went into H&M and I actually didn't see close to anything that I liked, and so I ended up getting this because it was only $10. I feel like I have specifically said that I wanted to stray away from cropped tank tops and things, but I do know that it's something that I reach for in the summertime. But this color is just like so vibrant. I feel like I just don't usually wear a ton of red, but I love the color red, and I just feel like it's a little bit different, so it can go well with like some jeans or whatever, or shorts if I want in the summertime, which will be really nice. There were so many other cute things at Old Navy. I loved so many of the tops, but it was so hard because the dresses were cheaper than the tops because they were 50% off. So it was like, I didn't want to spend $40 on one top. You know what I mean? I ended up getting 2 things and I still saved money because of that other dress that I returned. So girl math, I made $30. Anyway, I'm gonna head back home. I was gonna originally stop over at Target, but I don't really feel the need to walk around anymore. Like when we went to Target and to go return my dress at the other mall with Ryan, I just felt like I wanted some more like stimulation. And then going in there, first of all, that mall is way less busy, which is so nice, but I just feel like I got my fill. So I'm gonna head back home. Ryan said he's doing his own thing, and then I will probably read for a little bit, and then we're gonna watch Last of Us. So I'm gonna start my car now. I'm gonna head off and let's go home. I just got home and I just tried on my new shirt and I love it. It's like so fun and colorful, and I love that for the summertime. I was a little nervous because, like I was telling you guys before, I'm trying to not get like the same style of things, like cropped everything, but I just feel like it's so different in terms of the color that it's still so fun. So the house is a little messy in here. I'm gonna show you guys, but beware, it's a little messy. It's kind of chaotic, but hear me out. So first of all, I was just like chilling here, so that's why all this stuff is here. This stuff is here and this stuff is here because we don't want P jumping up. We're letting him walk around, but we don't want him jumping. So we basically made it so he can only use his stairs. This is like his little cot thing that he can sit on that he really likes. And then we have his crate here. So we have like so many options. Because of how many options we are, the house looks a little bit chaotic. So it is what it is, but I'm gonna kind of pick up a little bit in here so that I can get a bit more comfortable now that I'm home. We had set it up like this because we were stepping out and we didn't want to put him in the crate since he seems to be doing better, but we also didn't want him jumping when we were not here. So gonna kind of pick up, and then I think I'm gonna read a little bit of A Court of Silver Flames. Finally, Ryan said he's not really ready to watch Last of Us yet. He's doing some music stuff. So I figure this is a good time for me to get some reading in, and then we'll do some reading also after we watch the show. But I think it'll be nice to just kind of do some reading and like kind of relax a little bit after the socialization. Okay, let's get comfortable and let's read for a little bit, and then we will watch some TV. morning, guys. It's actually the next day and I just failed to update you guys last night because Ryan and I basically ended up just watching Last of Us. What else did I do last night? Oh, I read my book. I read A Court of Silver Flames, so now I'm on like chapter 13 or 14, something like that. I'm also wearing the new shirt that I just got. I actually really like it a lot. I was nervous because I didn't try it on, and normally horizontal stripes are not my thing, but I'm really into the color, and like, yeah, it was 10 bucks. So anyway, I feel like it's super summery and I'm just ready for the summer spirit. But that is all I have for you guys now that it is Monday. It's Monday at 8 a.m. So I'm gonna just start getting ready, make some coffee, walk pee. Hopefully you guys enjoyed spending the weekend with me. I know I always love spending my weekends with you guys. So thank you so much for being here. I appreciate every single one of you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.